Pilipinas, 15 na po ang patay matapos sumalpok sa poste ang isang tourist bus na may sakay ng mga estudyanteng galing sa field trip sa May Tanay, Rizal. Ang nasabing camping ay bahagi umano ng isang National Service Training Program or NSTP at dahil nga sa pangyayaring ito ay may mga nagmumungkahi na ipagbawal na ang mga field trips. Kaya yan po ang pag-uusapan natin ngayong umaga. Kasama natin ang 2016 Super Branch Outstanding Congressman, Representative Bong Belaro ng Unang Edukasyon Party List. Good morning po.
Magandang umaga, Jules. Magandang umaga sa lahat ng mga nakikinig sa ating mga tahanan. Good morning, Pilipinas.
Good morning. Okay, Congressman, straight to the point na po tayo. Ito po yung pinakamainit na usapin ngayon na ipagbawal na raw po itong field trips dahil nga po sa nangyaring insidente sa Tanay, Rizal. Bilang bahagi nga po ng education sector, anong pong tingin nyo dito?
There has to be a balancing of interest. Kasi yung field trip naman, may value yan eh. Kasi some things are better left to experience, kumbaga. For example, if you are a biology student,
yes,
it would be best for you to appreciate the natural flora and fauna in its natural state. Or if you are a geology student, kailangan mo rin makita siguro yung mga rock formations. But there has to be regulations, strict regulation in this regard because there's a public interest involved dito sa usaping ito. Kasi para baga siyang looming threat in our schools. Around half of our population, our school children are in school, so around mga 20 million yan. Okay. So it's something like a sword of Damocles that was attack at any time. Pwedeng somebody would be killed at hindi tayo, we are unaware. So this has to be strictly regulated.
Okay. So Congressman, dahil nga po dito sa incident na to, ano po yung mga recommendations ng inyong party list para po mas maging maayos at mas maging safe po yung mga field trips in the future?
Ako po, ito pong representasyon na ito, nag-file po ako ng House Resolution 351. Ito ay naglayo na imbestigahan itong insidente na ito. Kasi nga, 15 yung namatay at marami pa yung injured. Ang immediate objective dito is to call for a moratorium. In fact, the CHED has already called for a moratorium on field trips all over the country, and we support that. But more than that, we should adopt stricter regulations on what to do because of the public interest involved. Like for example, siguro sa investigasyon natin, kailangan palabasin natin kung anong liability ng school.
Yes.
Kasi sabi doon, may mga pinilit daw yung mga estudyante. But of course, we cannot presume that because wala pa tayong specific report na receive dito sa usaping ito. The other thing is that it's about time siguro na dapat magkaroon tayo ng accident insurance for teachers and students. And siguro kung matanong mo, Jules, nag-file ako ng bill on this. It's House Bill 1354, which seeks to impose to provide for insurance for teachers and students joining field trips.
During field trips po yun.
Yes,
so
yes.
Kapag lumabas na po sila sa boundaries ng kanilang campus, doon na po mag-a-apply agad itong accident insurance na final nyo ba?
Even in the school premises.
Even in the school premises.
Kasi ang definition naman sa batas natin ng custody, it extends basta legitimate school activity siya.
Okay.
The student, our school children are still presumed to be under the custody of our school, our schools.
Congressman, balikan natin dun sa usual na process kapag nag-field trip. Yung ibang mga schools, nagbibigay sila ng mga waivers na nagsasabi nga dito na hindi directly liable ang school kasi pinayagan naman daw po ng magulang. Anong pong tingin nyo dito?
That is void because that is contrary to public policy.
Okay.
Although may evidentiary value siya kasi kung may waiver na pinirmahan, that's an indication number one, na yung school ay trinay na mag-reach out sa mga magulang at alam ng mga magulang ang mangyayari. So that, but that does not lessen the liability of the school in case may nangyaring breach of their obligation towards the students.
So kailangan po more on informing the parents pero at the same time, yung school pa rin po yung may responsibility doon sa security and safety ng estudyante.
Yes, because this is provided by the law.
Okay.
Tinitingnan ko nga dito sa nangyari sa Tanay incident kasi wala pa akong report talaga na specific na na-receive. Kasi sa batas natin, depende yan kung ano yung konteksto na, kung ano yung facts. Kung if we assume that this incident, the school bus is owned by the school, ibang batas yung mag-a-apply. Ang mag-a-apply dyan yung Article 2180 of the Civil Code, which provides for vicarious liability in the case of schools and the teachers. Kumbaga kahit hindi sila ang doon, kung kahit yung driver yung may kasalanan, imputed pa rin yung liability ng school heads. At iba rin ang depensa nila doon. Ang depensa nila doon is if they're able to exercise the due diligence of a good father of a family, reasonable diligence under the circumstances. Now, in this case, may nagsasabi, although I have not yet validated that, na yung school bus is an outsourced agency.
Yes.
Ibig sabihin, hindi talaga siya kasama sa school. So in that case, may kaso kasi dyan PSBA versus Court of Appeals yata. Ang sinabi doon, that even in that case, the liability of the school still attaches by virtue of the fact na may contractual obligation sila.
Okay.
When a student enters the school, merong obligasyon ng school to protect the student while it is in their custody.
Alright.
Field trips included kasi that's a reasonable school activity.
Alright. Congressman, last point, no? Sa Senado, may efforts ngayon sa Senate na baka daw magkaroon ng hearing. Sa House naman po, meron po bang efforts na magkaroon ng probe regarding this?
Yun na nga po, kahapon, nag-file pa lang po ako ng House Resolution 851. Ito po ay naglalayon na imbestigahan tong insidente na to. Kasi sa tingin natin, parang maliit na bagay. Hindi po. Kasi it affects around half of our school children. Around 20 million of that. And
Yes.
we parents,
Yes.
parang tayo parang merong false sense of security kasi hindi natin malaman kung when would this sword of Damocles would hit our children.
Yes, yes.
Diba? So it's about time. It's an eye-opener actually.
Alright. Alright, thank you so much for your time. Muli nakasama natin ang 2016 Super Branch Outstanding Congressman, Representative Bong Vilaro ng Una ang Edukasyon Party. Thank you so much.
Salamat. Thank you, sir.